walls with boughs of holly. La 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 la. 'Tis the season.
So here is something I never thought that I would do. Replace my big M4 iPad Pro that I use for literally everything in my life, because this thing is a beast. This thing is a productivity machine. It is super powerful. I love the size of the iPad Pro. I always opt for bigger devices over smaller devices, and that OLED screen is just absolutely beautiful. And combined with the Magic Keyboard, making this more than just an iPad, making this a productivity powerhouse. And I edit all of my videos with this, with LumaFusion, because it's just so rapid, so fast, so powerful. Everything gets done with my M4 iPad. This comes with me everywhere, or at least it did until this came along. And this has really surprised me. This has really shocked me, because again, I always opt for the bigger display, for the bigger iPads over the smaller ones. And that is where the iPad mini comes into it. There's something about the iPad mini that is just so attractive. It's the form factor, it's the size. You just want to grab it and hold it, because it's just like holding a notebook, and you can get so much done with this small iPad as well because of the chip built into this. It has a Pro chip built into this iPad that was in the iPhone 15 Pro models. I honestly couldn't be happier with this thing. Fits in my pocket perfectly, and that is what I love so much about this iPad. It is just an iPad, and the iPad mini is perfect for every single occasion to come with you wherever you go, because it's so light and portable in design. In my last video, I mentioned how I was getting my life together using the iPad mini 7, and I have been doing exactly that, using this thing daily over my bigger iPad just to get everything done day to day. I use this to make my yearly tradition of eggnog, because it is the holiday season. I make eggnog every single year, so I use the combination of Siri with ChatGPT with Apple Intelligence on iOS 18.2. We're going to get to that. I also take a lot of notes using the Apple Pencil. The Apple Pencil Pro with the iPad mini 7 brings in all of those Pro features to the mini. And of course, doing all of my video editing using LumaFusion on the mini 7, with reminders as well, creating my yearly Christmas list with everybody on there, checking it twice and ticking it off as I go to make sure I don't forget anyone. Calendars as well, putting all of my schedule, all of my events, everything I have going on into Apple Calendars to make sure I always stay organized and on track when it comes to just events day to day, my schedule, my work. This has been an absolute blessing when it comes to my workouts. I use Apple Fitness Plus, and I would usually take my 13-inch iPad Pro to the gym with me to do my Apple Fitness Plus workouts, but it was big, it was bulky, it wasn't exactly discreet. People would stare and look at me thinking, why is he carrying that around in the gym? But with this thing, this has been an absolute treat, a travel companion. With this as well, I've noticed a lot of content creators use this as well for just scripting or content creation or podcasts, taking notes when they are doing podcasts and more, because again, this is just so easy to just carry around with you wherever you go. And the battery as well easily lasts me all day long before it needs to be charged. 60 Hertz in general shouldn't be a thing in 2024. But I found myself really surprising myself at just how fairly quickly I got used to the 60 Hertz Retina display coming from my OLED iPad Pro to a mini with the 60 Hertz liquid Retina display. It did take a little bit to get used to there, but I really surprised myself at just how fairly at ease I was coming from that to then this. Now, talking about the A17 Pro chip, this thing packs a mighty punch and it's perfect for gaming. Think Nintendo Switch on the go, but iPad mini with that form factor and size of a portable gaming system. It's the perfect size to play games and can easily be considered a portable gaming handheld because of that, even with ray tracing in attendance on this little thing as well. So games will play great and look great. Apple Intelligence is finally available with iOS 18.2. Pretty incredible. It just really does assist you day to day in heightening your already day-to-day experiences, be it Siri being a now incredibly useful virtual assistant to give you the answers there and then that you are looking for. And if Siri still doesn't give you the answers that you are looking for, she will go off chat GPT as a backbone to give you those answers whenever you need them. So Siri just got an overhaul and she is incredibly intelligent and useful now. Image playgrounds, you can now create AI images from simple text, turning that into an AI image. If you're working on a project, a document, and you want an image to go with it, you can hop on to Image Playground and just sum up that image that you are looking for and it will do the rest for you. There is also smart replies. So smart replies is when you go into an email or a text message and you aren't sure what to say, AI will give you a smart reply to ping off and send and do the work for you. Now there is a thing called writing tools, be it a text message or an email for a job application that you want to sound professional, but you aren't sure how to. That's fine, because writing tools will do the heavy lifting for you to make it sound more professional, or depending on who it's for, informal or formal. So you always say the right thing to the right person at all times with the power of writing tools. And that is Apple Intelligence.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents.
Now, who is the iPad mini for? Who is it intended for? And a lot of people were complaining with this iPad mini because the screen was still exactly the same, the bezels were still exactly the same, pretty much everything when it comes to this iPad mini is exactly the same. And in 2024, that ain't great, but it's enough. It is enough, because when you think of the general consumer, the consumer that the iPad mini is meant for, it isn't meant for pro-level users when it comes to using these devices. It is meant for the note takers out there with the Apple Pencil because of its form factor. In portrait mode, writing away, you still have the Pencil Pro there to do that beautifully with the iPad mini. It is meant for consuming content, for note-taking, for documentation, for web surfing. None of those pro-level features. If you want those pro-level features, you do go for the iPad Pro. But saying that though, the iPad mini is all of those things because of the A17 Pro chip packed in here, because of the 8 gigs of RAM, because of the 128 gigs of storage. Again, the iPad mini is more for the general consumer than the Pro users. But if you want this to be the Pro iPad, it can definitely be that and so much more. This is so reliable, such a joy, such a treat to use in my everyday. And again, I do all of my photo editing, video editing, all with the iPad mini now, and it has been an absolute treat, an absolute blessing to use every single day. Time to go and see the Christmas lights being turned on. I love this time of year.
boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Don ye now our gay apparel. Fa la 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 la.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey.
The iPad Mini 7 has a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera on the back and a 12 megapixel wide camera on the front. It shoots in 4K smart HDR4. This is the perfect device for those Instagram reels, those YouTube shorts, those TikTok stories, because of this device being so portable and lightweight to take with you anywhere. And yes, while you could use your iPhone or your iPhone Pro or your Pro Max instead of an iPad, which is just slightly bigger, sure. But I don't know about you, I prefer using my iPad rather than my iPhone when it comes to certain things. FaceTime as well. Now, the camera isn't in landscape mode like on the Pros, it's still in portrait mode, which is completely fine. It works great with FaceTime center stage in attendance as well. Perfect, the perfect device for staying in touch with friends and family and loved ones around the world, no matter where they are, with it being the holiday season. This device is incredible. If this is all you have, this is more than enough for everything that you need to do. And if you're in the market for any iPad at all, this is the iPad to get. Now, I just want to say thank you so much for all of the likes, all of the comments. You guys have been incredible with support, absolutely overwhelming support with my content. So many nice comments helping me grow so quickly as well. It's been amazing. I am so humbled. I am so grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Have an amazing Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you. And I'll see you in 2025.
Merry Christmas, baby.